Back, I have reorganized everything, gotten lots of new storage containers, and made everything much more functional for me. So I'm going to give you a tour of the craft room. A couple of you have asked me for it and how I store everything. So I'm going to just give you the grand, because it is in my kitchen. It's just that end of the room, and I can't really get the whole thing in one shot. So sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but, it is what it is. So I'm going to start over here on the left and maybe lighten it up a bit. I'm right by the sliding glass doors, so that's either a good thing because I get natural sunlight, or it's a bad thing because I'm freezing to death half the time. So over here, it says I can only please one person per day. This isn't your day. Tomorrow doesn't look good either. And that says, let your dreams take flight. So I keep the ribbons that I use all the time hanging here because they're just easy to get to and I can take them. I have some wrapping paper back there. This is one stand of my 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I keep my label maker here. Then I have these drawers. I keep my cutting blades, glue sticks, and Wink of Stella pens, and some makeup I use every day. Down here I have my cleaner, should be down there, all my Stampin' Up! Stampin' Blends pens, and my advanced tape glider. This is some adhesive that I use all the time. Down here on this shelf, this is all stamps. I've got about 80 or 90 of them. That's all my stamps. This here I keep right next to me is my 12 by 12 cardstock. I have some gift bags hanging there when I need a gift bag. My scissors that I use all the time hangs there. I keep behind here my envelopes for mailing out cards and whatnot. This is my other paper rack, 8.5 by 11. That's my portal. I got that for Christmas from Russell. Okay, up here on the door, we'll just go down and across. I have my acrylic craft paint. I have some stickles and glitter glues. I have some beads and glass beads. Some ink refills, some ink dabbers. That's a picture that my daughter drew for my grandmother like 15 years ago, and I just kept it after she died, and that's where I keep it because it reminds me of her. Up there is, in this box, is just a ridiculous amount of pens. It's got to be 100,000 pens in there. Then I have all these containers because they make everything quick and easy. This is doilies, sticks and stubbies, which are just stamps. They call them sticks and stubbies, stamps by Judith. Printer ink and tape. Embossing powders. I have all my colors there. Miscellaneous dies that, like, if I'm doing a project and I have extras, I just kind of throw them in here and, probably never use them, but maybe I'll give them away. And here I have some pre-cut card bases, so if I just need a quick card base, it's already cut and ready to go. Down here, more pens. And I have some Velcro dots. I keep my distress inks here and in this drawer. My ink sponges here. Oh boy, that is stuck. That's not a good thing. Okay, there we go. This is my Stampin' Blocks. There's so many that I might have to get a second drawer. I'm going to take that out so that it doesn't get stuck again. Alright, this is my hot glue drawer. I have glitter glue and regular glue. These are just some wood pieces I collect. I like to put them on cards or scrapbook pages. It's where I keep my command hooks because that's important. This is various journals that I've collected. I keep my Stamparatus up here. All my Cricut mats and my Pazzles mats are here, and my cutting board. Miscellaneous junk down there. We won't go there. Up there is, on top is my washi tape. I have more washi tape than any one person needs. I have those 3, and I have like 3 upstairs. It's ridiculous. I keep my stamps, my miscellaneous acrylic stamps in this bucket. And one-handed, so hard. Okay. And then I keep them in these little stamp folders. They're nice and thick, and they keep everything together. And I could just kind of go through it and find what I need. This is everything but Stampin' Up. All right, in this bucket, I keep all my twine, various twines, and some burlap rolls. Here's more adhesive, glue sticks, and tapes. These are Power Bars. Up here, I keep some more extra cards and card bases. These are all my Just Cards magazines and Card Idea magazines. And all of these are those magazines you get from like England and Australia. You buy the magazine, they give you stamps and embossing folders with them, and then a million ideas inside how to use them. So I tend to keep those stamps with those magazines because I want to make sure that, you know, it stays together. Up here is all the cards that I have for sale. These two drawers, and those are individual cards. These are sets, and then those are individuals. Up here, this is all my bling, and I keep it separated by color. So this is yellow, and it kind of goes with the color scheme. So yellow, pink, blue, purple, etc. Those are miscellaneous ribbon scraps. Like, I don't ever roll anymore, so I put them in there. Come down here. Some flowers. These are all my Stampin' Up stamps. I actually have more on the way. Shh, don't tell my husband. These are my page protectors for my scrapbook layouts. These are my Stampin' Up catalogs, these two shelves. Down here are all of my Stampin' Up ink pads. I keep my scissors in my very cool cup right here. In front of the computer's right there. In front of the computer, I have like all my blingy kind of things. Brads and rhinestones and sequins and brads and buttons and more sequins and various miscellaneous things. On my desk, I have my Google Home because you got to have music. This is my Cricut machine, and as you can see, it's covered with pictures of my grandma because I just miss her. And I keep my keyboard up there. This is my new very cool cup from Starbucks. And here's all the tools that I use like every single day, every project. This stuff is just stuff I use all the time. Over here, I keep my StazOn inks. So they're just ready and easy to get to. In here are sentiments that I'll sit and, you know, just stamp out all my sentiments. So I always have something ready to go. If I'm making a card or I need something, I have it. It's already there. This is, I don't know what this is called, but it's a chamois, my ink chamois. I clean my ink pads with that. This is my Big Shot machine and my plates, and I make all my die cuts on here. More grandma. Up here is some really cool glitter. Love the glitter. And these are like miscellaneous little things that I've picked up, like little metal pieces and shells and just all kinds of weird stuff. Down here, let me sit down. This is where I keep my pattern paper all separated. So I have pattern paper, then I have, you know, like miscellaneous pattern paper, like Stampin' Up paper, basically, the good stuff. And then I have purples and browns, greens, black and pink, reds, orange and yellow, and blues. Down here is where I keep my cardstock scraps. I kind of file them so they're easy to find. Under here, this is all my card bases. I pre-cut them. Sometimes I buy them, and my envelopes. And this is an interesting little thing. I have craft kits. I have tons of chipboard albums, you know, that I could just go to when I want to make an album. Some little canvases. Not sure what I'm going to do with those yet, but they were interesting. Lots of paper bags for like paper bag albums and such. I collect a lot of things. Whoopsie. In here, obviously overflowing, is all of my punch boards and my extra cutters, and there's just so many of them. So that's that. Under there, in that bucket right there, is more Stampin' Up paper and some pre-made scrapbook layouts I've made. I have another bucket of them over there. You can't really see it too well. Keep my box of Premier Protein close by. This one's cool. In here, oh, okay. This is a nice thing. In here, let's see if I can open it. I have individual little boxes, and in these boxes are all those things that I just don't know where else to put them. So I put them in little boxes like tags and tiny little note cards with envelopes. This one is these little paper bags, different size little tiny paper bag. I just thought they were so cute, and maybe I could use them on layout or a card or something. And here is some smash books and some, you know, outside packaging that I can make shaker boxes out of. This is a bunch of tags that I've made over time, and just they just kind of collect. And, you know, I was doing artist trading cards for a while, so a lot of that stuff's in there. This is empty. Oh, room to grow. Room to grow. Okay, wait, what's that? No, that's just some Halloween foamies. And here, I tend to use a lot of hearts and things like that, so I've punched out so many over the years, and I've bought some. In here is some Disney stuff, Mickey ears. I have to cut some more, I need some. These are some craft sticks. I'm using to spread glue or whatever I use them for. These are some more tags. I just thought they were cute, and, you know, I wound up buying these things in the Dollar Tree, and some bows. I need to make some bows. Some extra buttons, because, you know, it wouldn't fit in there. Googly eyes, because, you know, everyone has to have googly eyes. These are like patriotic kind of foamy kind of things, you know. And here's all animals and sea life. You know, if I'm doing a zoo themed page or an aquarium page. And here's sports, all kinds of sports balls. I like that. I want to get more of these because it's just easy to store the miscellaneous crap you don't know what to do with. Ugh. And then under here, oh, it's a mess. Those right there in the middle are stamp albums. You know, my father and I used to collect stamps together, so I never really got rid of them. I kept them. There's another stack of card bases there. It's a bunch of cords and wires, a bunch of movies. That all over there is pens. It's all pens. I have tons of pens. My 5-pound kettlebells, some wreaths, just stuff. I don't know where else to put it, so it winds up over there. At any rate, I think, oh, up here. This is all my Stampin' Up! Wood-mounted stamps. These are my cling stamp sets and photopolymer stamp sets, and this is my wood-mounted. In here, I keep die-cut titles that I've sat and done. Sometimes I have no inspiration, so I sit and I just cut titles and things because I know I'm going to use them eventually. And here's all my Cricut stuff, my Cricut pens, any old credit cards and things I use to like scrape the mats with. In here is tools, screws, little L things, the hooks for this big workbox, all kinds of crazy crap in there. And here I keep my business cards and stamps. Over here is, let me pull that out. This is all my embossing folders, and I keep my number wood stamps in there, but I have like 20 or 30 embossing folders, all different, you know, kinds of designs there. And I use them a lot. And then up here, I have, these are all a bunch of stamp sets I've collected. Like, I tend to buy stamp sets on clearance because, you know, they're cheap. Like, I got these for $3. They were originally 15. You know, Michaels puts everything on sale. And you can just stock up for the next season. It's always like after season. So you got Christmas and more Christmas. And this is more Christmas. And it comes with the dies. You gotta love that. And Valentine's Day, more Valentine's Day, more Christmas. There's a birthday one. These I got in the dollar store, believe it or not. These are cute. They're like little scenes you can stamp and color. You know, and then these are just extra dividers, and this is, mermaids. I got mermaids because someone asked me for some mermaids cards. Oh, this is one of the stamp sets that came with one of these magazines up here. I have to actually put that back. Another embossing folder I just picked up for the mermaids. And I got it for $1. You gotta love cheap. I like to shop cheap. I'm always looking at the clearance because I really don't want to pay full price for anything, especially when you have so much stuff like I do. You can't pay full price. You go broke really quick. Over here, I keep some of my dies for my Big Shot. You know, I have hearts, and this came with one of these magazines. I'm supposed to put that back. I keep them, again, in these folders. I take them out, and then, because I'm eventually going to label them. But these are squares. These are more squares. I've got my scallop circles. This is a cool set. I wish, you know, it was spread out yet, but I haven't done the magnetic thing yet. I have magnetic sheets coming to this. But this is like a what do you call this? You know, this jar, and then it's all Christmas stuff that you could put inside. It's a really cute set. These are my butterflies, some snowflakes, some flowers. This is thank you. These I thought were beautiful. Leaves, you know, to add to things. But like I said, every one of these magazines up top have die cuts with them, and some of my stamp sets up there have die cuts in them because they go with the stamp set. And then if I filed it down here in this thing, I wouldn't be able to find it. A lot of the dies that come with the Stampin' Up! Sets that coordinate, I keep in the boxes because then it's just there when I need it and I don't have to go searching for it. So literally my dies are everywhere. Yeah. So I think that's it. I'm going to back up and give you one big overview again. Oopsie. I hope the video wasn't too long or shaky or annoying, but, you know, you guys asked for it, so I gave it to you. That's it. And I sit there in my nifty little chair. I got this chair idea from Deb Simon. Thank you so much. My back doesn't hurt anymore because I could sit here for hours working and crafting. And, yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching.